Welcome to the Spiritual AF Life podcast, a magical place where your host, Heather Danielle, psychic medium, will bring the mystical woo-woo world down to earth in practical ways. Tune in every Monday for your weekly reading and on Wednesdays to hear fascinating conversations with spiritual experts, uplifting stories, and deep dives into the metaphysical world, all to help you tap into the invisible guidance that's all around you. It's time to start living a spiritual AF life. Get cozy. The conversation is starting now.
Did you hear the exciting news? Barbie is in the house. I hope that you were able to join us on Sunday where we had Barbie and Besties. So I created a really fun episode of the coffee and cards that I always do on Sundays, and I had it Barbie themed because of the movie. I have not seen the movie. I've heard some politics surrounding it, but honestly, I just wanted to have a lot of fun, and I found a really cool Barbie Oracle deck. So if you are interested in that deck, I will leave it in the show notes. It is a little pricey, but it comes from the UK, and so it's, very homemade. It's from Etsy. And I just absolutely just love it. And I know that when I was doing the readings during Coffee and Cards, it just really brought together a lot of fun memories of when many of us were kids and we were, playing with Barbies. And if you did not attend, I would have to say it would be worth watching the replay because it was hilarious. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing with me your favorite Barbie dolls and letting me know that you were also traumatized by your siblings, doing crazy things with your dolls. And also for the 411 that my Barbie could have gotten a airplane ride with somebody else's Barbie because some couple people had Barbie airplanes. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. So it's kind of nice knowing that my Barbie could have had options back in the day instead of walking everywhere because my Barbie didn't even have a car. So see what I mean? It's just so much fun to reminisce about the past sometimes, and those really not fun movies, the fun moments, that really just makes you go back to your childhood and kind of laugh. So I hope that you enjoy this week's reading because I am going to be using this Barbie Oracle deck. So let's get right into it for Monday's card. And Monday's card is the way to make a friend is to be a friend, okay? This is such a good card coming up for Monday because this is going to be a great time to spend some time with friends, to reach out to them, to see how they're doing. And honestly, even if you haven't talked to your friend in a long time, this is like a sign to talk to them, okay? Maybe to reach out to them. And sometimes you are being guided to reach out to your friend for reasons that you don't even know. So, for example, a couple of weeks ago, it was on a Saturday, and I just kept on getting this feeling that I needed to reach out to one of my girlfriends. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll reach out to her because sometimes it's nice to reach out to somebody and just ask how they're doing for no reason. And there was no reason for me to reach out to her, really. We're in book club together, and we do this and that kind of thing. So, I didn't think anything of it. Well, guess what? I totally forgot, and finally Monday came along, and I finally reached out to her, and I was like, hey, how are you? I'm thinking about you. And she was like, I'm not doing so good, my dog died. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she said, oh, my dog died on Saturday. And I'm like, oh, that is so crazy that spirit was trying to get me to reach out to her. So you just never know the reason why that you might feel guided to reach out to somebody. So definitely do that on Monday. Take some opportunities to hang out with friends, call them, to text them, and to also be a friend. That's the biggest thing here. So having compassion with people in your life and also leading with kindness and empathy, okay? I know some of our friends can be crazy, some of our family members can be crazy, but on Monday, it's almost like swallowing a little bit of that advice and then just being a listener on Tuesday. Oh, sorry, that was Monday. All right, now Tuesday, though, it says, don't be pushed by your problems, be led by your dreams. Okay, I am going to be real with you because I'm always real with you because I feel that you would be real with me as well. And I feel that if you are listening to me right now, you're one of my homies. And so don't judge me for this, but you have got to look at this card. You have got to look at it on Instagram or on Facebook, okay? Because he's too close to her breast, okay? I swear to God, when I look at this card, I keep on thinking that he's breastfeeding from her, okay? So let me know if you see it. It'll be our an inside joke. So comment on it and just let me know if you see it, okay? It kind of reminds me of that Gabby Bernstein Oracle card deck, that it looks like the owls are hanging themselves. And so now every time I look at this photo, it's all I see and I can't unsee it. Okay, so anyways, I'll let me know. But the quote and the message is, don't be pushed by your problems, be led by your dreams. So, in the bare minimum, on Tuesday, we need to be focusing on the positive, the good things that are going right, or the good things that could possibly go right. We don't want to get caught up in the nitty gritty details. We don't want to be, just surrounded by all of the crap all of the time. We are already surrounded by it, by a lot of us. But the thing is, don't concentrate on that. Don't put more energy into it. Going ahead and also making sure that every step that you're doing is going to lead you closer to what you truly want to do and not towards just trying to get over a problem. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it'll make more sense on Tuesday when you're going through this. So, when it comes to work, to relationships, and things like that, don't make your choices on short term gains. You're looking at the long run on Tuesday. So, on Tuesday, you just really have to make sure that you are standing and you're making choices that are going to get you closer to your goal and not just a quick fix just to get out of something, to make someone happy, just to because it's easier. We don't want to make those choices on Tuesday. And for some reason, I do feel a lot of choices coming up on Tuesday where you're going to have to be like, okay, should I do this? Should I do that? And for many of us, it's going to be bigger things that we have to make the choices on. And some of us, it's going to be a little bit more, normal choices. Okay. And one thing that I want to say, just to give you an example, is going to be diet. Okay. So it's almost like, yes, we have short term gains by just going ahead and just ordering out that day. But if your dream is to like be fit, to be healthy, then maybe your choice should be, maybe you can still order out, but maybe you could order something that's a little bit more healthy, because you can still order salads out. I love this kale salad. It's actually a wrap by Lula's, or you could do it as a salad, but it's delicious. So maybe you do something like that, or maybe you won't get fries. Maybe you'll get a side of broccoli, those small little things. And that's what they're trying to tell us on Tuesday. Okay. So there's an example for you as we go on to Wednesday's card. Wednesday says, love and imagination can change the world. And this is really talking about our interpersonal relationships. So on Wednesday, again, kind of like on Monday, we're going to have to swallow that advice and things like that. And we are going to have to just lead with love. This is also going to be a day to really rekindle some passion and love in your relationship. Okay. So your passion, romantic relationship. So if you are married, if you are dating someone, if you are seeing someone, this is going to be a day to reach out, to do something nice for them, to give a romantic gesture. If you are still looking, then you know what, this might be a good day to reach out to some people on those dating websites, or to take the opportunity to hang out with friends, because maybe you will meet somebody. Okay. But other than that, with the personal relationships aside, it's going to be about love on Wednesday, leading with love. It's definitely that saying of, you get more with sugar than a stick. All right, now we're moving on to Thursday's card. And Thursday's card says, even the smallest person can make a big difference. On Thursday, Spirit is reminding you that you matter, your thoughts matter, your actions matter. You are put here on this planet for a reason. The world needs you. The world needs every single person that's here right now. And the world and the human beings, okay, all over the world, okay, they need you to do whatever that you need to do. I don't care what it is. Smile at a cashier, shake somebody's hand, do that, fill your soul contracts and things like that, because that's going to have a ripple effect that is actually going to have an impact on all of humankind. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it is true. These little ants that you see can make such a big impact. Okay, little ants going around, outside and stuff like that. They can make such a big impact, and they can create really cool things. The same thing with bees. So it's like the smallest little animals and insects and things like that can make such a giant impact. If bees left the earth, we wouldn't be able to live. Isn't that insane to think about? That just the bees, that's how much that we need them. That is crazy to me. And the bees' lives matter, right? They're significant, but so are you. You are significant, and all of the little things that you do every day do matter. So one thing I do want to say that is coming up right now for me is, to try and be nicer when you're out in public, when you're having a rough day driving and stuff like that, because people can be idiots. I get it. I know it. But try to be a little bit more nicer if you can, even if you're having a bad day and those kinds of things, because you want to make sure that you're leaving a good ripple effect on the world and not a negative ripple effect, okay? And it's just kind of just reminding you just to be there, that you matter. And so if you need to speak up in some meetings, maybe with work, if you need to speak up to your boss, if you need to let them know something, or maybe it's going to be letting your friend know something, but there's a lot of communication going on Thursday. So keep that in the back of your mind. And I also see a birthday cake, and I do see strawberries. So making sure that if there is any kind of birthdays that are coming up and things like that, knowing that the spiritual world is giving them to you, okay? And strawberries in the Food Healing Oracle deck does mean love. Now we are moving on to Friday's card. Okay, it's so cute because it reminds me of the Barbie Dream House, which I don't know about you, but if anybody had the Barbie Dream House growing up, they were rich to me. Like, I don't care. Someone was like, I put it on layaway, which is so funny. But yeah, they were rich people. My Barbie just, I don't know. She was probably homeless, okay? Her freaking beds were made out of washcloths, and I miss those days. I kind of want to play Barbies. We need to get together and play Barbies. Anyway, so it says the home is a safe space where you can be yourself. Yes. Now, even though your home is a safe space where you can be yourself, that's not what I get from this card. I actually get that, this is the time to really make sure that your home is your sanctuary in every single possible way. So that means physically, cleaning up clutter, reorganizing, renovations, all those kinds of things. Maybe you're going to make some headway. Maybe you're going to start. Maybe this is your sign or even your validation that you should start something like that. But then also you want to make sure too that it is, making you happy, that, when you look around, that you have memories and pictures and things like that that remind you of happy times. And if your pictures, the same pictures have been up over and over again in your house for like years and years and years, you need to do some feng shui and you need to change those pictures, okay? Change it to more recent ones or older ones or however that you have to do it. And then you also want to make sure that your home is energetically clean and that kind of thing. So I will put in the show notes my psychic medium's guide to making a house spiritually aligned. And you can just go ahead and click it and download it right away. And you can go ahead and see the steps that I use to make sure that my home is like good to go in every way, spiritually speaking, physically speaking, and things like that. In fact, I think, in my opinion, is that it's better to have your home more spiritually aligned than it is just to like have the dishes done and things like that and vacuumed. Like that is something else. That is just a lot of OCD people have to have that done. Or I guess a lot of people like a clean house and things like that. But I feel like making it spiritually aligned is key. It'll make you just feel so much better, even on a subconscious or energetic level. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this week's reading. Again, if you want to check out the cards, they are going to be in the show notes. And in case you don't know, because a couple people did not know this, but I did open up my one-on-one sessions again, and I do only have a couple of sessions left in September. So I will put the link in the show notes too for you to go ahead and check them out. And then I'm booking, I also have a couple left in October. So definitely, if you're feeling called, I would book them sooner than later, and I would love to see you. So I always connect to your spirit guides, past loved ones, and angels, and it will be a fun time. So if you need anything at all, or if you have any questions about that, you can always reach out to me at TheReal, REAL, TheRealHeatherDanielle.com. I will see you on Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spiritual AF Life podcast. You'll find all the links to resources and more in the show notes. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the incredible episodes that are coming up.